Yeah, thank you for being here, and thank you for also having me here for a little speech, some thoughts. On the one side, on the other side, we are all filled up. We have listened to so much already. We have heard so much, and it's quite hard for me what to add now. More or less, I have the feeling most of the things have to be said, which I can't say because at least Lucio is coming and you will tell us something new too. So you adjusted my face, so that's why I pointed you out. And in fact, my speech was more tend to be in legacy, not in outlook. So I was shifted due to a secret, and so please excuse me if I also would like to bring you a bit to the back to the legacy part and try to combine the legacy and the output part. And I called my presentation Rethinking Lightweight, and so really starting in the legacy and coming to what we should do now. And certainly by legacy, Lucio said, it's like from a personal starting point of my academic career. It also started here. So everything what filled the room now for the last 1.5 days, that was also like filling my academic growing up. And so it was the spirit of Stuttgart, which I tried to bring to Hamburg. And certainly it is the spirit of Frei Otto and the tent, but it's also the spirit of the Pfaffenwaldring 7. So the Institute of Massivbau, which was called when I was starting here, and Fritz Leonhardt with the television tower and Jörg Schnarch with the communication tower, and the whole Stuttgart Valley as like a picture of really the great spirit of the Stuttgart School of Engineering. That's also something which really drove me and motivated me for my own way, my own career. And what did I take from Stuttgart? It's, as I said, Frei Otto, it's the technical and structural knowledge. That's like more or less, we could say, the basic which we should get at every university. But it's also really the role of exploration and how we were gaining experience here, that we develop our own values and that we really formulate the attitude why we are doing what we are doing. Yeah? And I think this is a very, very important taking further to the place where I'm now going to be. And certainly there is lightweight as this, in a way, the promise of if you do something lightweight, you are on the right side. You're doing something good. You are doing a thoughtful structural design. It is sustainable. It is like it's situated in a multidisciplinary setting. So we have the feeling it's the right thing to do. And engineers like to know what is the right thing to do. Yeah. So they like to have a clear task and a clear answer. Yeah. And so that seems to be a very good decision, just do lightweight structures. On the one side, it's much more complicated because certainly we all know that there are a lot of decisions to be taken if we are designing a lightweight. And on the other side, we know, and that is why I really think we need to start rethinking lightweight. We know that I would like to point out 2 tendencies why lightweight designing and building lightweight is not that common. It's not present in a way. Suddenly you say, oh, we are sitting here together, it's 180 people and we all believe in lightweight, but we are only 180 people. And if you go out, if you go to the universities and if you go how the curricula are there, where do you find these topics? Yeah. So I think they are missing. They are not present in the curricula we have at our universities. That's the one side. And the other side is that they are drove where they were done quite often to an extreme, to one aspect, to the minimal weight. And we lost this holistic approach, which was when we are dealing with lightweight structures. And certainly everybody who is doing lightweight structures in this room here is not meant. Yeah. So we are all the exceptional. We all know to do it right or do it in the complex, holistic way. But the problem really is that quite often it's driven to an extreme, and certainly this is also inherent in lightweight structure because we want to improve a technical performance. Yeah, so my message is that there is a lack there. There is a need to rethink how we can bring lightweight structures further. And in a way, I would like to call it, we need to spread the message. We need to spread the potential which is in the lightweight structures itself. And another aspect is that rethinking is a very good attitude for everything what we are doing, yeah? Because rethinking is really the starting point to go further, not to get stuck in, even if something is really good, but not to get stuck in one way of doing, always, yeah, re-evaluating and reflecting if this is still the right way to go, the right things to do. And so I think this is a very important thing. Especially in engineering, we are used to have our codes and use them. And I liked when you visited the video about the Zeitzeugen, and you have the comment of Jürgen Jödecke that he is the thing what he is happy about is that he don't want Frei Otto saved him from not becoming a normal engineer. Yeah? And I think the important thing really is to rethink, not to get stuck as a normal engineer, and develop your abilities further. Now, why Hafen City University? This is the place where I'm in the moment. And I need to just really address it because it's certainly, I am trying to bring the spirit to Hamburg, but it's in a way not only me, the message, the Stuttgart message, I can say, has been to Hamburg before me, because Werner Sobeck has been the chairman of the University Council, the founding University Council. So there was like a little seed already from the beginning in there, the way this university was founded. We are a public university, a very small university, like we are not bigger than a faculty in your departments or your universities. But we focus really on the built environment. We really want to address the whole built environment. So all the tasks and challenges we are facing. This means that we need to be highly interdisciplinary, and that we also integrate the social and the practical relevance of all what we are doing. Certainly everybody of us does that too, but we really want to bring that at the university in combination with all the colleagues to a new point. And I'm personally situated in the Institute of Civil and Structural Engineering. So the things I'm going to address now here, what we are doing there, is for the engineers. Yeah, this is what I'm going to try to push the curriculum in engineering towards the potential of what all we heard is in the lightweight structures itself. So that's now the border where I said it's on the one side legacy, but also in a way outlook, because I really want to implement new contents in our engineering curriculum, and not only like in the choices, but really in the subjects everybody needs to take. And one is a very methodological approach. It is more or less the design, the ability to design. As an engineer, we need to be aware that we need to know the principles behind designing itself, the evaluation, the creation of variations, and then to decide to dismiss something. All these things will be, in my opinion, a big important thing to be addressed in what I said, the design in the curriculum of structural engineering. Then the new dimensions of lightweight design. Certainly, we also do operate with new materials, or natural materials, and we explore the circularity in the context of lightweight design to, in this way, bring lightweight design also further. I start with the bachelor's course, yeah, where engineering students need to develop their own design, and they need to develop a discourse in their own disciplines. They shape their own attitude and approaches, develop their own structural language, and in this way, they really take responsibility of what they are doing, yeah? And they learn to, in a way, to talk about their attitudes and approaches, and in a way also defend them. In the master's course, we are then going on to parametric design, and as one approach to design in engineering. And I'm not really sure what it is easier to the bachelor's students to bring them to designing and feel that they really have fun for that, or the master students, because quite often they already know their way, they know their tools, and it's very hard to open them to new tools, to tools that are not strict and one-dimensional. So the exceptions are always there. What they need to do, they need to design their own little pavilion. We have each year we have our own topic, and they really, from the very beginning, they do first the design, then the structure, then the optimization. It is about defining structures and their effects. It's about developing again their structural language. They create diversity, and they need to decide which of these structures which of these forms, more or less, they want to develop further. They develop their own structure for this and have certainly the interaction between form, force, and materiality, and need to be aware what kind of parameter has what kind of influence. And finally, we come to the way of optimization. And it seems to be so easy, to use all these technical tools to optimize. But even more complicated is to formulate what is really the criteria, the parameter we want to optimize, and to talk about that and to defend that and to understand that. And this is what is, it's not so much using the tools. It's really also very much, in a way, talking about what you're doing. It's also talking about what we are doing. It's really exploring the structures. And I liked that very much in the presentation we had yesterday. It is also about being a community, doing something. This was the spirit here in what I think I felt what Frei brought to the tent. You have not only the technical experience doing your models, it's also the experience of doing a party and doing things in the context of the workshop together. I have the new lightness, or the new dimension of lightness. This is one of the theses which are going to grow like the mycelium at our university. We heard it already from Achim Menges. It's about light footprints. It's about less energy, and certainly we need to be aware that we need to put a lot of energy, brain energy in it to develop these new solutions. But in the context of circularity, this is less energy. And that's I'm not really sure if I want to argue with Kai-Uwe Blätzinger, but we here start now from the potential of the material and not the equilibrium. So we really want to understand. I'm looking forward to your question. But it's really to like this mycelium. It's a very hard material to design with, because it has less stiffness, and so how to deal in a way with that. And finally, I would end with the point of circularity, which was the driving aspect of this pavilion, which was built by my PhD student Marion Filhaber and my colleague Carsten Schlesier for the ISS 2021. And the given tasks are that everything needs to be fit in a box, but on the other side, the task, which was a group giving themselves, was that it is fully circularity. It's full circular. Sorry. So it means that it can be dismantled and it can be transported. I need to show you these nice little pictures because it's a local tree, it's an ash, and it's a local sheep. The wool of a local sheep, which is going to be used. So it's not only circularity, but it's also the local aspect and availability of the material. And it's fully circular. It's both circles. So I show you the structure itself. It's like the banding ash, and the wool. Now was tested if it's a surface membrane or if it's only the stripes. So it's one or two dimensional. And here we have the stripes, and you see how every model was individually built and then finally assembled to this fantastic structure. And this will be my final slide. I think the leitmotif of lightweight is really striking. It is important, and it is this holistic design concept which really is needed to solve the problems we are facing today. Secret had these fantastic pictures at the beginning, and I think they really showed us why we should do that. But we also are aware, and we need to carry that message that lightweight goes beyond efficiency. We need to go to the effectiveness, to the circular design. And the last aspect, which I think is we shouldn't underestimate, is this aspect of participatory, which is able. Lightweight structures, we need to deal about. It's not about that they are light and we carry them. It's also that we need to talk, we need to argue about them. And in society, and I think they can really solve and many problems we have in the dense metropole as accepted structures. But for this, also the engineers need to learn the language. And that is the character, what I really think we can carry on from Frei Otto, from this stand, and implement it in our everyday work. Thank you so much.